There was a boy named Tariq, 17 years old, living in a dusty, crowded town where people woke up tired and slept hopeless. His father was a shoemaker who barely earned enough to buy food. His mother sold fried dough by the roadside, always counting coins with shaking hands. Every day before school, Tariq would carry his father's old toolbox and walk through the wealthy part of town. Tall buildings, glass windows, expensive cars, people dressed like success itself. But Tariq never looked up. He stared at the ground, at the mud, at his torn slippers. His mind whispered the same thing every day. This is your life. This is your level. Stay small. One morning, as he was polishing a businessman's shoes, the man suddenly asked, "Young boy, why do you always keep your head down?" Tariq was confused. "And nothing, sir. I just don't like to look." The man smiled sadly. "Your feet can stay on the ground, but your mind? It should be looking at the sky." Tariq didn't understand. He went home thinking the man just wanted to sound wise. But that night, something strange happened. His father came home defeated. His workshop was being closed. They had only 5 days to pay rent or lose everything. Tariq looked around the house. For walls, a flickering bulb, and his parents' tired faces. For the first time in his life, he looked up, and the world suddenly felt bigger than his problems. That night, he whispered to himself, "If my life will change, my mind must change first." And that was the beginning. The next morning, instead of going straight to school, Tariq did something shocking. He walked into the richest mall in the city, a place he had only seen from far away. Security guards stared. Shoppers stared. He looked like he didn't belong, but he walked straight, chest up, mind awake. He saw a phone store and asked for the manager. The manager laughed the moment he heard Tariq's request. You want a job here? We hire graduates, not schoolboys in torn slippers." People around giggled, but Tariq didn't blink. "Sir, I don't have a degree, but I have determination bigger than this entire mall." There was silence. The manager stopped laughing. He gave Tariq a crazy challenge. "Sell one phone today. If someone buys from you, I'll give you a job." Everyone expected him to fail, but Tariq didn't try to sell the phone. He sold a story. He approached a woman who looked unsure and said, "Ma'am, this phone won't change your life, but imagine this. Your daughter, far away in university, calling you with clear sound every night. No more missed calls, no more poor connection, just love without interruption." The woman's eyes softened. She bought the phone on the spot. The entire shop went silent. The manager slowly clapped. "Boy, you're hired." That moment became the shockwave that broke his old reality. Within months, Tariq became the best salesperson in the store. He learned fast. He listened deeply. He worked harder than everyone. But most importantly, he believed, not in luck, not in miracles, but in his ability to grow. Every night he wrote in a small notebook, "Think bigger, act bigger, become bigger." In 1 year, he helped his father open a new workshop. In 2 years, he became a store supervisor. In 3 years, he started his own mini business selling electronics online. People asked, "How did your life change this fast?" Tariq always smiled and said, "It didn't start when I got the job. It started the day I stopped thinking small." One evening, Tariq was invited to speak at a youth event. As he stepped onto the stage, he froze. In the front row sat the same businessman whose shoes he polished years ago. The man smiled. "You finally looked up," he whispered. Tariq walked to the microphone, heart full, eyes bright, and he said the words that changed thousands of lives that day. Your life will never change until your mind changes first. If this story touched you, don't leave without taking action. Comment, "Think bigger," so your mind remembers this moment. And share this to inspire someone who needs a shift today.